Today I'm going to be talking about how to digitally paint backlight. I'm currently working on this picture of Ryan Gosling, inspired by the First Man film, and I was looking on YouTube earlier for some tutorials on how to best go about some backlighting, and there was a handful, but I find that I was just sort of messing about myself and trying to figure out how to do it, and came up with quite a useful technique, so I thought I'd just make a little tutorial and then hopefully it's useful to somebody in the future. The reason you would do backlighting is to sort of separate your subject from the background, or you can do foreground from the background, whichever. So I've got some sun here coming over the earth and kind of a little bit flat at the moment without this rim light, this backlight thing. So let's get into it. So if we have a quick look at some examples of some backlighting, rim lighting. You can see this guy's probably got some light coming from over here, so it's kind of spreading out along the shoulder quite sharply, so I guess the shirt must drop off kind of here, have a little bit of a crease, but see the light's capturing here. There's also, I guess that's a bit of light, it's bringing this one here, catching this, but what I want you to notice is sort of these flyaways and how that's lit behind the ear there. It kind of would, if the light's behind here, it's definitely going to illuminate the ears, and if you see on Ryan here, it's definitely going to catch these, so I'm probably going to put like some quite a bright red behind there, just make it look like I've caught those. Sort of here as well, you see how it rolls off in a bit of a skin textured way here, and then it's quite thin, sharp there, so I guess the light's just sort of rolling off, so I'm going to try and replicate some of that just a little bit. The hair gets illuminated a lot, all these flyaways are here, but it kind of so thin, the light manages to go through all of it almost. This goes lit from the sides, yeah, a bit like this as well, so that's good to note some of the eyebrow here. I've found this one as well, so they've obviously got like a soft box either side, soft box, and I think we just you can see a bit of these hairs, but it's kind of like almost got like a very soft gradient on some of the edges here, so I'm going to be taking some of that in, catch some of the chin, bottom of the lip, some of the nose, again all the hair just gets illuminated. Yeah, so that's the general idea. So here it's kind of almost, you can almost see sort of like the outline of the skull here. It's kind of really sort of very, very strong light. It's really lighting up her neck here, and zoom in a little bit. So that's really cool. So yeah, we're going to take some of this into our Ryan illustration here. Now I've got him sort of in his own smart object because I've been painting it a different bit, and then this is the composition for the whole poster. So it's going to be quite handy to have the outline of Ryan. I can almost just sort of put a soft brush along the edges here. So that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. Start a new layer, and we'll make it screen, I think. This will be just some soft rim, like the sun's kind of giving off a bit of that purple. I've got the purple, and then I'm just going to come up and choose like a bit of a light one. I'm kind of using this custom brush of mine, but it's kind of got soft edges but textured in the middle. I'm just going to very softly just draw the edges in. This bit's actually quite flat along the top there, so I imagine that a lot of the light would be filling quite a bit of it. So if I just indicate something along here, I mean we'll be polishing all of this up a lot. Let's just get a general idea at the moment. We'll come along on the side here. I don't think if the lights didn't come along, it'll probably be coming in, it'll go just catch a bit of this side of the chin and maybe a bit of the neck as well. I'm trying to think of it just creeping in over the top there. Sometimes you might have like people with quite a strong Adam's apple, so that might even catch some light along here. I'm not going to do it on Ryan, I think I already sort of painted that in, but maybe it would just softly catch the edge here. Sometimes you have these almost like neck tendons that come in here, so you could use this to just sort of highlight them a little bit as well. Bottom of the ears are generally quite round as well, so there'll probably be a bit of spill. Maybe some of these more cartilagey areas, they'll be just very fine. I might take the marching ants off for now. Maybe some of this edge here will be relatively soft. With the rim light as well, it'll probably catch the very, very fine hairs, so it's kind of almost okay to go over the lines. All of this will be really getting hit by the light. so make sure to get quite a thick line on it. Make sure remember to sort of illuminate in this, inside the area as well. I imagine there'll be quite a bit coming in. And then if we look at sort of Ryan's general head shape, where it's got quite dark, probably actually where we'd see the light coming through. So I'm just going to paint quite broadly in the edge of his head, and then we'll add some lights as well. Some of the thin lines for the hair, maybe some flyaways. This bit will probably have a bit of creep down as well. We will be refining all of this, so it really doesn't matter. This may be a bit messy with it. This bit at the top here is probably going to be just quite a thick quiff as well, so probably there'll be a lot of light coming through. I see, yeah, quite broadly come along here. Now, this part of the head is really not going to get hit by too much of the light, so I'm not going to go over this too much. And I'll probably be softening a lot of this later on. The ear might get caught a little bit, but yeah, it really would be very, very fine along here. This bit here is kind of that kind of shape, and I imagine the light's going to come through, so I should just sort of gently show that bit off. With the rim light, it's a really good opportunity to show off the shape of everything as well. The light just sort of really defines everything, and I think if you're noticing on this illustration, I've kind of, some of the edges aren't quite lining up. I've done the pen tool around it and sort of cut bits off, so I get to, with this light, just reshape it all. And as this is a white thing as well, this may even be reflecting some light onto some of the darker areas, so I think I'm going to shape this sort of clip bit a bit as well. Maybe I soften it by putting some of this in there. Probably along this end of everything now as well, I'll be really tailing off. So I may just come back with a soft eraser tool and fix it all up. Okay, so that's the rough idea here. Okay, so we go over this a little bit more. This might creep around here as well. Some of the white reflection define this bit. All this area here as well, just a very, very fine line. So this creasing might creep in. So use the eraser tool, big, fat and soft, and white out some of this, because actually I think it might not creep around that much, maybe just here, but probably not on this one. And there's something I don't like about this as well, I'm going to redo that, so this is something we'll come back to anyway. Now, that feels a bit overkill, though it's probably right. I might just stylistically not let it go like that as much. So just lasso it off, then my round soft razor tool, just create maybe like a bit of a gradient of it. And then redefining these edges again. Soft erase some of that away. See, that's already starting to work somewhat. I'll come in a bit more on this helmet. And the next bit is to do the same sort of thing but with a big fat soft brush. So this paintbrush I've got is kind of got a soft edge to it. So I'm just going to go quite big. And I will selection tool Ryan, and then I can just be softly inside all of this. I'll pull my flow down quite low. 17%, and I'm going to go very, very soft around some of the most roundish edges. Maybe we'll say there's quite a sharp crease here, but on this bit, it's quite soft. Soft here, maybe that's a bit sharp along there, creeping a bit sharp, soft here, very soft there, really soft at the back. Yeah, those cheeks will be very nice and rounded. I'll come in on this. I'll catch some of this chin. Neck, top of the neck, quite rounded. Bottom of the yellow, top of it. The hair can take a big fat wedge. And then maybe I'll do less right back here. I think this will all be pretty. So we'll put it on normal for this layer. I think if I just show you now, hit with overlays, that going to be just more whiter. Can maybe take some of it away. Take some of this away as well. And then we're going to go over it one last time with it quite confidently and very smooth, so we can get define those sharp edges as well. And maybe I'll find just the basic hard round brush, something like that. In fact, I might take this one off screen, do it as normal, but make it very white. Where those two layers below are sort of overlapping, you'll see the almost like the brightest of lights, so you can really just go over them neatly with this thing. You can see along here I've not been particularly smooth with my edging, so I'm going to do some cheating with this. So I think I'm going to come lower down here as well, and just outline these a bit. A bit of what we were doing earlier, and just kind of give it almost like a thicker line, a bit of a softer one to make it stand out when we're looking at it further away. So I think I'm pretty happy with most of this. It's just that hair. So if we have a look back at this one, see how they do this one. So there's kind of like some dark bits and some lights still. Maybe it's just a case of almost redrawing hair in this one here as well. And some of this edging is really quite sharp. That's when the light's sort of really directly behind here. So maybe we just need to sort of sharpen up our bits as well. So I guess the light source is really just central with the head here. Maybe we just channel some of the hair just into complete sort of lights here. Pretty cool. Yeah, so this top stuff here. I'm going to do another bit of a layer and look at the sort of filling the light. That reminds me actually, we need to get the sort of air bright. So I did do a little bit of already, so I'm just going to really warm up this colour, maybe something like that, and we can overlay wherever the light's hitting it the hardest and where the thinnest parts of the ears might be. I may even just get a bit of in here as well. Certainly on the tops, just some of the edges. It just says that there's some really intense light behind there. Do the same on the side. This softer raised tool on it as well. Just, some of that feels a bit intense. Okay, back into the filling light with this sort of colour. Using like a hard brush. Like this square one. Sort of push and pull some of these light bits out in the direction of the hair. And I've done this initial soft one as well. I'm just defining some of these strands a bit more now. Might even get a sort of a hard round brush as well and cut into some of these. So this purple up here I'm not liking too much, so I'm trying to fix that, maybe rubbing some of it away. I'm addicted to adding this voice rim light. I don't quite know where to start. It might be just a bit of trial and error. Do a bit on here, see what it looks like. I don't know, this sort of like box bit here, this will probably take quite a bit of the light as well. I might just stick a gradient along here. Okay, actually maybe this probably wouldn't creep down as far on the neck as we've had it, so let's get this soft brush again, and I'm just going to start the bottom here and just take some of this away. So this fade bit here is pretty good. You can, so what I just did was erase away. You can sort of fade away that action as long as you don't do anything else. So that's with it unfold, so that's what it did used to look like, and then I can just subtly come away. So maybe I want 60%, and then I'll sort of fade away this idea as well. Keep some of the chin, again, fade, bring some of it back. Okay, definitely will define the chin a bit. And then, I suppose depending on the your drawing style, you can smooth all this up and make it as soft or realistic as you want, but for me this is kind of working out. It's got a little bit of painterly, you can see a bit of the pencil lines underneath here as well. So what I might do is just choose this outline and just rub away, maybe expand out by a pixel or so. Yeah, we'll do 2. And then invert the selection. I just delete anything that's sort of hanging over. So maybe I got a bit messy around these edges. I can just delete that away. See the actual edge of Ryan's here, so I've come in a little bit too much. So I just want to fix that bit up. Helmet's a complete mess, I went way overboard here. I think that will do it for the tutorial really. I'm just carry on polishing in this general kind of style, but you get the idea by now. So there you go, there's how to add some backlighting or rim lights to your digital paintings. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you liked this video then please give it a like. If you loved it, maybe want to sub, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.